Hello and welcome to another workout with me. My name is Sofia. I'm a fitness instructor at Yates. So today's workout will feature longer rest periods, 0 to low impact, and it'll only be 30 minutes long. So make sure you queue up your favorite playlist since as usual this video will not be playing any music. Make sure you have water and as always listen to your body. This workout will also be good for intermediate beginners or even advanced exercisers who want to use this as an active rest day. So we're going to get started with a 5-minute warm-up, and here we go. Okay, we're going to start with some front marches. Adding in the arms up and down. And in 3 seconds, we're going to increase the timing. 2, 1, and double time. The goal of today is just to keep moving, no matter how slow you have to go. Modify the pace to whatever feels like a good level for you. I'll give you suggestions for when to go slower or faster, but listen to your own body. This workout is about you and only you. Next, we're going to shift those into stepping butt kickers. Try and kick your bum with your heel, warming up our hamstrings, which are on the backs of our thighs. Good. Next, we're going to add in some arms for these. Bring up nice and wide, squeezing our shoulder blades at the back of the movement. A lot of these exercises are not going to involve any sort of jumping movements. So to keep up the intensity, you have to self-monitor the amount of effort that you're putting into these movements. If you do this very weakly like this, it takes half the effort of putting in sharpness, focus, and speed. We're going to go into a side step and punch next. Punching with the opposite leg that is taking the side step. Left foot steps, right arm punches. As we move through this exercise, slowly increase the tempo until you're going at your max speed here. Stay coordinated. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Next we're going to bring our feet close together, give a slight bend to the knees, and we're going to tap with one toe. Step it out to the side, tap, bring it back in. You can move your arms for this one or keep them steady. You'll feel these in both of your legs, both the one that is standing and the one that's moving. Keeping sure to keep that knee nice and soft, not locking it out up here. You'll be bending forward slightly. 3, 2, 1, switch sides. Plant your other foot on the ground, soften that knee, and we reach and tap, and come right back in. Perfect. In our last 20 seconds, we're going to do a standing crunch. So you're going to lean over to the side and use your obliques to bring yourself right back to upright. This doesn't feel like much if you're just swinging from side to side, so actually focus on using your abs to bring you right back up to standing in a sharp, controlled movement. And with that, we are ready to get into our workout. Today we have 2 chunks of 4 exercises, which we're going to repeat twice and then move on. So, our first exercise is an air squat with a press up. So, do this with me as I explain. You're going to place your feet about shoulder width apart, toes slightly pointed out. You're going to squat, feeling like you're sitting back into a chair. And once you're feeling comfortable with just the leg movement, press your hands up and bring them down. Arms and legs bend at the same time and then extend up. Good. Moving on, next we have some windmills. You're going to stand in a wide stance, toes pointed much more to the side than you did in those squats. And in 5 seconds, we're going to extend our arms to the side, reach for our foot, stand back up. Exhale as you go down. You should feel a little bit of a pull or a stretch on the back of your leg that you're reaching for. Good. We have 5 seconds left. Keep moving. 1, and good. Next, we're going to do some dead bug abs. So, you're going to come down onto your mat. And this is an ab exercise that is very good for those who have lower back issues or who have maybe a slightly weaker core. So, we're going to lie down and press your back into the mat. You're going to lift your legs, bring them up like so. Tap one toe at a time on the ground, keeping your upper body lifted slightly, hovering off the mat. You should feel your whole core engaging here. Your shoulders are pressing up and your lower back is pressing down. You can place your hands on your belly here to remind yourself that you should be pushing away from your hands. Good. Our next exercise will be walking burpees. So, I'll show you what the move looks like and we'll learn it step by step together. So come down to the bottom of your mat. We're going to place our palms on the floor, step into a high plank, step your feet to the center of your mat, stand up, throw your arms towards the ceiling, and right back down. Step into a high plank, step to the center of your mat, stand up, arms reach towards the ceiling. Make sure to keep your core Nice and tight. Keep control of this movement. Good. Now we have 30 seconds of rest. So grab a sip of water. And now, the longer rest periods are there if you need it, but for the portion that you no longer feel tired, I want you to march in place until the bell rings. That means you have 20 seconds until your next exercise. If you need 20 seconds to set up, get into that squat position and ready to go. Otherwise, when 5 seconds are left, get into a squat position, feet shoulder width apart, toes pointed slightly out. Sit back like you're sitting down in a chair, and when that feels comfortable, reach as you stand up, like you're doing a shoulder press, or celebrating and cheering. Remember to try to keep your torso upright, pushing your hips back, rather than leaning forward like this. This is an up and down motion, like an elevator. Good. Moving on, we have our windmills. So, step your feet out a little bit wider than you had them before. Toes pointed out. And in 5 seconds, we're gonna get started. So lift up your arms to the side to get ready. And here we go. Reach and tap your hand to opposite inside foot. For this movement, to reach for the ground, you're pushing your hips back and hinging. Your back should not be arching like this. This puts a lot of pressure on your back. So, back stays flat, push your hips back, and hinge. If you're not quite flexible enough to actually tap your toe, that's okay. Just reach as far down as you can go, and flexibility will come with time. Good. Okay, let's sit down for those dead bug abs. We have 10 seconds before the timer tells us to get going, but lie down and press your lower back against the floor so that you are ready to go, and don't forget that step. Okay, now bring your legs up, crunch off of the ground, lower back is still pressing into the ground, and press down. Tap lightly. Again, you can place your hands on your stomach as a reminder to your lower back to press away from your hands into the ground. Three, two, one. Moving right along to those walking burpees. So, we're going to stand towards the end of our mat. Remember, walk down into a high plank, walk your feet up, stand up with those confident arms up towards the ceiling. Here we go. Place your palms on the ground, step your feet back, make sure that you are parallel to the ground. When you reach that position, walk your feet in, step out, clap your hands over your head. To pick up the intensity here, just step a little faster, transitioning between the different parts of this move with more speed. Making sure that if you are choosing to go a little faster, that you don't sacrifice the form of that plank. We have 3 seconds left. Let's get one more in. Great job. We are halfway through this workout. Time is moving so quickly. And we have a fresh circuit of 4 new exercises coming up. Grab a sip of water if you need it. March in place. If you want to put a little more energy out into the world. Okay, we have 20 seconds before we go into our next exercise. You can keep marching and observe while I explain. You're going to come down onto the mat. Place your feet flat on the floor, and we're going to do a glute bridge, which means you're going to lift your bum off the ground, squeeze at the top, and then bring your hips back down. So let's get into this position so we're both starting from the same place. And here we go. Lift and squeeze, back down, not touching the floor, lightly tapping, but not resting. So here, you're really working those glutes. And to engage them to the max, you want to think like you're trying to keep a piece of paper in place, not letting it drop, squeezing your bum. Good job. It's an awkward exercise, but incredibly good for your legs. Next, we are doing kneeling airplane push-ups. So flip over. We are doing a standard push-up with a little bit of an added element. So keep your core tight. Do a push-up, come down, fly your arms out, bring them back on the sides of your chest, push up. So you're breaking the lowering and lifting components of the push-up, giving you a little break in between, but also allowing you to really keep control of the movement. There should be no bending of your back, no arching of the hips. Your body is one straight line, all engaged. Good. If you're halfway through, finish the other half of the exercise before we move on. Next, we have another crunch variation to get a little bit of burn in our abs during this circuit as well. So we're going to learn this together. We're going to lie down on the mat. Again, your lower back should be pressed flat, no space here. You are going to rest your heels on the ground, arms above your head, and you are going to crunch one leg in, same arm, different leg, crunch. Same thing on the other side. So you're crunching the same side leg and then the opposite side leg. To make this more challenging, start with both of your legs up. For next time, you can increase that intensity with that option there at the end. And finally, we have our last move. We're going to get started now. You're going to bring one knee up, twist towards your knee, put it back down, switch sides. So this is a standing ab move. To increase the intensity, just step and crunch a little faster. Keep breathing. We have 3 seconds left. Amazing job. We have 30 seconds. Grab some water if you need it. March in place. whenever you're ready. We're just about to head into our final repeat of that second circuit. You're already familiar with exercises, you know how they go. So focus on maintaining that form and speed throughout this round. In 5 seconds, we're going to get started with that glute bridge. Come down onto the mat, feet flat on the floor, and here we go. Up, down. Your neck and shoulders should not have any tension, so they're just relaxing on the ground, while your glutes and hamstrings do all the work to perform this movement. If you're feeling any tension here in your neck, just relax your head into the ground. There's no need to keep it up. We have 10 seconds left. Really squeeze your glutes at the top. Good. Flip on over for those airplane push-ups. So here, remember, your body is one straight line, no arching this way or this way. Straight line, core nice and tight. We're getting started in 1, and we go. Down, arms out, up. You can have your toes resting on the ground, or to make it just a little bit difficult, keep your knees on the ground, but lift your toes. We have 10 seconds left. Get a couple more push-ups in. I know push-ups are never fun, but this is the last time you'll have to do them. Finish the movement, and we're moving on. Next, we have those reaching crunches. So, lie down on your mat. Knees slightly bent, heels resting on the ground. Reach your arms forward, crunch one leg in, and then the other with the same arm, and then switch. So, elbow to one knee, elbow to the other. Doesn't matter which one goes first, as long as you're bringing that same elbow to both knees eventually, that is all that matters. Again, for an added challenge, keep your knees up here, reach, and crunch. Good. Moving on, our last exercise are those standing crunches with a twist. So in 5 seconds, remembering what this exercise looks like, you're crunching up your knee, twisting towards the outside of your body. 4 to 5 seconds are on the clock. Let's get going. We are so close to finishing this workout. We have 20 seconds left. Don't give up on yourself now. Try to keep that same tempo. Try to go a little faster. We have 5 seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Amazing job. That is it for our workout. Grab a sip of water, and we're gonna move right into a cool down. So just doing 5 minutes of stretches. Perfect. So let's bring our feet shoulder width apart. Hinge down, letting your arms hang. Feeling that stretch along the backs of your legs. Sway side to side here. Not muscling this movement, but just relaxing your muscles and swaying your torso. Next, step your feet a little wider, turn your toes out, reach up, hinge down again, bend your knees, and come back up. We're going to do that 2 more times. Reach, hinge, hanging here for a moment, bending your knees, and then coming back up. Last time. Reach, hinge, and hang. Squat, and come back up. Good. Now we're going to sit right here. Bring your left leg out, tuck your right leg in, reach for your ankle or your toes or the back of your foot if you can reach that far. Bring your other arm over your head, reach for that same toe, feel that stretch all along your back and your core. And switch sides. Right leg out, left leg tucked in. Reach for your shin, ankle, toes, or back of the foot. Extend that other arm, swing it over your head, and feel that stretch along your whole back. Now, we're going to lie down, face down. Bring your upper body into a little lift here, making sure that your hips stay on the ground. That might mean that you can't extend all the way if your hips rise like this. Bend your arms and stay here. This stretches your core. Keep your head nice and neutral, either looking down or straight ahead. It can be bad for your back if you look up. Not always bad, but just an extra safety measure to keep your head nice and neutral. We're going to swing back into a child's pose. Take a couple of deep breaths here. And one last deep breath. Now thread one arm, I'm starting with my right, under your extended arm, and feel that stretch in your shoulder and along your back. Switch sides, right arm extended, left arm threading under. You want your palm to be up, facing the ceiling. Perfect. And in 3 seconds, our workout will be over.
Activity completed.
Amazing job. If you are a beginner that has been too intimidated to do some of the other workouts here that Yates has posted, I hope that you enjoyed this workout. I know it is incredibly tough to start an exercise routine if you haven't before or have fallen out of the habit, but it is a way of rewarding your body, a way of staying active and focused throughout the day. So thank you for joining me for this workout. I hope you enjoyed it, or at least enjoyed parts of it. Until the next one.